Welcome to Insane Friends. It's Wednesday night again.
How you doing?
Thank you all for being
What's
here.
up?
And yes, Power Band Garage, Horsey Shop is first in chat again. Great job, Horsey Shop. Power Band Garage, you're right.
He's here even before I'm here.
One wheelie is late. He will be sometime after 8 o'clock. He will be our guest.
Guess what?
Until then, you'll have to put up with us. The queen of the car scene.
And the king of the car scene, right there.
Carol Sane, queen of the car scene.
King of the car scene. The cutie sweetie.
Welcome to the chat. Dorito and Lucha Cabra. Follow their instructions and smash the like button.
Yeah.
Camaro time. Woohoo! Good to see you again, man. Yes, One Wheelie was at the warehouse in Chattanooga.
Yes.
Which will be, breaking news. Breaking news. You heard it here first. We haven't told anybody yet. We're going to tell you guys first.
And no, I'm not pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant. But you guys are going to hear it first. Big news. We do have a tenant in the largest part of our building.
Yay!
We have closed the deal today.
We doubled our income. Yay!
Yes, we have. This will double our income because it's the largest space in the building, which is the most expensive space in the building. And the papers will be they're getting drawn up right now, and they'll be signed tomorrow. So, big news.
Woohoo!
This will be big news for the channel too, because we'll be able to do more merch, and we'll be able to maybe even at some point after we take care of some stuff with the building, and then the building down here, there's going to be a lot of moving for a while. So there actually be like a dip in content for a little while, because we will be very busy moving a lot of equipment and parts and stuff like that.
Uh-oh. DSW Joyride has an announcement that will be sad.
Camaro Time says, what's my cut? Ironically, Camaro Time may get a cut if I could talk him into doing some editing for us, and then I won't have to do so much editing and just pay him.
And the videos will be so much more awesome.
Yes, they would be. They'd be so much more awesome. There'll be fire and explosions and, well, maybe one little fire.
Oh, no.
One big explosion.
DSW Joyride sold his Charger.
Oh,
goodness.
I bet you got some separation anxiety, kind of like what I do. Because I'm like celebrating, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to move my stuff out of the building. My building. Yay!
But think about all the nice things you'll be able to buy me. Think about that.
Okay, so bottle caps. All right.
Caps. Hi, how you doing?
Great drone footage on your last video.
Woo!
So, Breezy's Bike Shop is here.
Snow.
Camaro Time is here.
On that video, that was too much snow. I don't like snow.
DSW, Bottle Caps is here bringing the snow. DSW Joyride Productions is here. Horses Shop is here. Power Band Garage is here. Dorito and Lucha Cabra is here. And Camaro Time. Gotta save the best for last. Did I say that out loud? I think the guys will forgive me. They probably all think the same thing. Who thinks Camaro Time is the best? Put it in the chat. Frogger's Garage, welcome to the chat. DSW says they got 3 more inches of snow that dropped last night.
Yeah.
Y'all can keep that. We want to see snow. We look up on top of the mountain over here.
In Washington State, they got over a foot of snow where she's living.
Her sister's like just south of Bottle Caps.
They haven't had
Scott Pearson Tools and More
for a couple of days, like almost a week.
Speaking of lights for a couple of days, you know what there's lights on?
Christmas trees.
No, 58 Thunderbirds. Today in automotive history was the 58 Thunderbird, the first 4-seater Thunderbird. Of course, the 57 was the 2-seater. And 58 came out today in 1958.
Well,
and yesterday in automotive history, you know what happened yesterday in automotive history?
The sinkhole.
Yep.
They lost some Corvettes.
Mm-hmm. In
I would have thrown a few more in there, but hey, that's just me.
And Horse's Shop has some photos and stuff he made a video out of where he visited that very same Corvette museum years after, because I think it's been 5 years now since the Corvettes got sucked up in the sinkhole. Not all of the Corvettes, but enough of them. It was tragic. But anyway, he's got some pictures of what it looked like last year at that same Corvette museum. And they have video there at the Corvette museum because they had cameras all in the museum. And so they actually have video.
Is that Frogger's Garage?
That's Frogger's Garage is here.
Frogger's Garage. Awesome. Hi, how you doing? I haven't met you yet. I'm Carol, the queen of the car scene. Hi.
So at the Corvette Museum in Kentucky, they actually have video that they captured of the sinkhole opening up and the Corvettes falling in. You talk about something hard to watch. Whew.
Dirty Operations? Hi, how you doing?
We do some dirty operations around here. You keep your hands dirty and your mouth clean.
Yeah.
And one of those success tips. Who said that? I said that.
And you get off the couch and get dirty so I don't have to.
Nacho Dad's Garage is here too.
Wow. Hi. How you doing?
I guess I should announce the calendar of events.
No.
What's happening?
It happened already. It's now.
Okay.
It's happening.
Yes, tonight is the happening. Sometime after 8 o'clock, probably around 8:15 or so, One Wheelie will be here.
Yeah.
And in the
I wonder
meantime,
what happened to Two Wheelie.
Next weekend there'll be the great gathering at my building.
Should I ask One Wheelie what happened to Two Wheelie?
Loading up trailers and trucks and stuff. Huh?
When One Wheelie gets here, should I ask him where Two Wheelie is?
Yep, you should. Just to see what he says.
Okay. Don't tell him.
You're right, Camaro Time. It was awful watching those cars go in the hole.
I would have.
Yeah, bottle caps. I actually did turn the heat up. And she's sitting on a heating pad too.
Yeah. See, it was on.
One thing, we don't really get any snow here because we're in the foothills of the mountains, but we can see the snow on the mountains out the window.
See?
And the wind comes across the mountains and picks up that cold air and blows all over us. So we get the cold without the snow.
Sleep shirt on.
Where we're at.
It's awful.
Lonesome's Garage, hello, welcome to the chat. Horse's Shop put a link to the sinkhole video. So
Awesome.
if y'all want to see that about the Corvettes going in there, if you want to go, oh man, then look at that. It's golly.
I would have threw a few more in there just to be on the safe.
There's a comment for you, babe.
Well, I can't see. I don't have my glasses on.
There you go.
Ow! I pinched myself. Awesome. Is it a horsey?
You reading DSW Joyride's comment? Yep, that's a pretty major announcement. You heard it here first. Check out DSW Joyride's comment.
A CT or a
There
GT?
may be a Ford in the future of the DSW Joyride channel.
Is it a CT or a GT?
He said, who said it's a Mustang CT? Oh, Camaro time. He's talking to Camaro time. Yeah, he said a Ford, so I don't know if he's talking about Mustang or not.
It better be a Mustang.
Oh, he may be looking at the GT500. Oh. You're sitting on a heating pad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much.
It always is.
That's what she said.
Him. He can tell you all about it.
But I won't. I won't. I'll just let those. What is it? The Bob Seger song? Is that who it was?
I don't know.
Well, I'll just let the song tell it.
What, strut your stuff?
Strut by Bob Seger. I think that's what it was. Oh, DSW Joyride. Yeah, that's a great idea. Everybody's just going to have to wait until the video drops on his channel to see exactly what kind of Ford it's going to be. But you heard about it here first. That sounds pretty conclusive. There's going to be a Ford in the life of DSW's channel. So now everybody's going to have to be watching to see what it is.
Okay.
And that's a good channel growth tip there too for everybody. Make an announcement, but leave some mystery. So
that's
everybody
what
has to come visit.
women have been doing for thousands of years. We drop hints.
Horse's Shop is right. The song is I love to
example,
watch her
when
strut.
I walk through the store with my sweetie cutie and I see these big old Valentine hearts that are this big, bigger than me, and I say, oh, look at that. Isn't that
Oh, Cargado. Hey, how you doing?
Well, can you tell him what that means?
Yeah, we will be visiting old Cargado. That's one thing I needed to put on the calendar. I was forgetting. We'll be visiting his live tomorrow night.
Oh, car guy. Hi. We're going to be on your show tomorrow.
He might even let us speak.
Oh, no. That's not a good idea. Don't let me talk. You get into trouble.
You'll lose all your viewers.
Yeah. They'll run away. They'll go crazy. Look at
I think it's 8 o'clock our time because it's 7 o'clock Central that he goes live. It's a 30-minute show. So correct me if I say anything wrong, old car auto guy, but I think it's a 30-minute show, and it starts at 8 o'clock our time, which is Eastern time, which would be 7 o'clock Central time, their time. And so we'll be going over there for a visit. And I imagine they'll have some questions for us or whatever. And we'll try to answer them as wrong as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it interesting. See, if we act like we're going to answer everything wrong on purpose, then they think we did it on purpose, and they don't want to know what idiots we are.
Yeah. It'll make them wonder.
Yep, 30 minutes. See, I got something right.
Yeah. The coffee hasn't warmed up
It's like
yet.
I keep telling everybody, I'm always right.
the coffee hasn't worn off yet. Especially when you said I was extremely awesome this afternoon.
Yeah, well, you are. You're extremely awesome tonight, too.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh.
Oh, yeah, we show that. Straight 86 Fan is hosting this week, so we will be heading over to his channel at 8 p.m. our time to join the show. If they're brave enough to let us show our faces on there and speak. It's kind of a scary thing for people. I understand.
Oh, that's awesome. Scott Pearson got his significant other 18 roses today.
Very good.
Yeah.
I want a bouquet of 18 wrenches.
Yeah,
Wait, I already got that. I got like a bouquet of 1,800 wrenches. So
I tried to give him something nice, you know, and I got last year I got him this huge old card, and I got him a R2D2 stuffed R2D2 that said, "You're the OB1 for me," and I got him a big old candy heart. And all kinds of romantic stuff. I was like, oh, thanks.
We pronounce that Straight 6 Fan. Is that how we pronounce his channel? Dorito and Lucha Cabra.
Yay!
Super supporters, Dorito and Super Cabra. Yeah, Lucha Cabra. Woo! Woo! That's how you make your presence known. Super supporters.
Well, anyway, I got him all of that stuff. You know what I got him this year? I got him a big old candy heart, a pair of pants, and a pair of shorts, and that's it. Because last year, I got all the romantic stuff, and he was like, eh.
Hey, cargo pants are romantic for guys.
Awesome!
I'm going to be wearing those cargo pants all the time. Not that I don't like my R2D2. I really like my R2D2, but I already have my R2D2 from last year. And my cargo pants, I've got lots of cargo pants. But my best pair of cargo pants, along with all my other pair of cargo pants, have holes in them. So, I like the cargo pants that don't have holes in them. If it makes you feel better, you could print off a picture of roses and stick it in the pocket of the cargo pants. Or hearts or something. I like the cargo pants. Exactly. Tons of pockets, you know, like these. To carry lots of tools and stuff. So you don't sit on them and rip the car seat with the tool sticking out of your back pocket.
I got him cargo pants.
Well, car guy, if you like cargo pants and your wife doesn't, then quit trying to make her wear cargo pants.
No, you need to let her have a pocket on the cargo pants.
Yeah, like I do with her. When we go to the grocery stores and stuff, she hands me her phone and says, and then I stick it in my pocket. So now, since we started doing that, she don't have a problem with my cargo pants.
I think it's, where is it? No, that's the wallet one. Mine's over here. This is my pocket over here. And I put my phone in there. I put my, it's like having another purse. You know, you don't want to go into places.
Oh, car guy. You see what it says? I may wear the pants in my family, but my wife tells me which ones to wear.
But let her have the pocket.
Yeah, designate one of the pockets her pocket.
What happens? The whole idea of cargo pants is going to change for her. You let her have that one pocket.
Lou Garage is here. Dorito and Lucha Cabra is a super supporter. Woo! Did I ever even announce anything off the calendar? No, I didn't. I wrote stuff on the calendar.
When we leave.
Yeah, I announced that he was going to be here tonight, but and we're going to be hanging out on Straight Six Fans channel tomorrow with Old Car Auto Guy, and then the 22nd of February is Camaro Time's wife's birthday, so everybody tell her happy birthday on the 22nd. The 20th, we will be having on here Streetcar Life will be our guest here on #Insanefriends. And Saturday, the 9th of March, is the Riverside Spring Meet from 12 to 5 p.m. at the First Tennessee Pavilion.
Joyride.
Now, if you're not sure what that is, later, DSW Joyride. We can't wait to see that Ford.
Happy
Be sure to drop a link to your new video on the Ford or anything else that you got a new video on the Saneauto Facebook page.
Yeah.
And any questions and stuff you have about
to look for it.
For any of the other guys about YouTube or YouTube channel growth or any of that kind of stuff that you don't feel comfortable with saying in the chat on YouTube, drop those comments in or questions in the Sane Enterprises Facebook page. There's not as many people in there, but it's all us. And if you're not a member of the Sane Enterprises Facebook page and you want to be part of that group so that you can mastermind with everybody else and help with your channel growth, then just Facebook friend me, Victor Sane, if you haven't already, and I will invite you to and let me know what, because obviously your names are not the same on Facebook as they are on your channel. Well, some of you are. But yeah, let me know which channel you're from when you friend me. Send me a message, YouTube channel this, YouTube channel that, and I will invite you to the Sane Enterprises page and the Sane Auto.
From 250. Awesome.
Woohoo! That is great. It was wasn't that long ago he hit 200, and last time we were here, Camaro Time hit 3,000. I have no idea what that means. I
Does
can't read that.
anybody know what Owen Smith is saying?
Owen Smith, do you know what you're saying? I do not. Yeah, Lou Garage has got some new stuff from Detroit in case anybody's interested in seeing some more of the car scene up there and can't get up there to see the stuff themselves. Camaro Time's usually got a lot of good stuff from North Carolina area. We, of course, do mostly from Chattanooga to Atlanta, and with a great emphasis on the Dalton area. And sometimes we get as far up there as Gatlinburg, and last year we got as far south as Birmingham, Alabama for the World of Wheels down there. Right now we're still uploading videos from the World of Wheels in Chattanooga. And Fab is here.
Fab, hi! We sent you a package today.
Actually, yeah, we did mail out Fab's package.
And I sent some stuff that inside of it is some stuff for Ashlyn.
Speaking of which, this would be a good time to announce, starting with Dorito and Lucha Cabra, our super supporters tonight. They're on tomorrow night at 9:30
p.m. Awesome.
So as soon as we're done hanging out with Straight Six Fan and Old Car Auto Guy will be going over to hang out with Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9:30. I don't know if we sent Camaro Time a new sticker yet or not. No, we didn't, because I needed to ask Camaro Time if he could Facebook message me his address again, because I don't know where I put it. And I got to do that with some other people too, because I don't know where all the addresses and stuff are. I've been scatterbrained ever since I had that flu. I went through that flu, and my brain's not been what it should be. Woo!
Yay!
What an entrance! That's how to show up in a live. There you go. Reviewing plane and more. RPM. RPM is in the house. In the house. What an entrance. Super supporter.
Well, Owen Smith said something rude, and I thank you. Camaro Time jumped on it, and Fab jumped on it.
Y'all are great.
And deleted them, and then Camaro timed them out.
Y'all are great. See, you gotta have the good shenanigans, not the bad shenanigans. You try to bring the bad shenanigans, and
that hammer drops.
The hammer drops. Good shenanigans. That you want to know what good shenanigans are? Just check out Bubsification, One Wheelie, Dorito, and Lucha Cabra. You know, they know how to do the good shenanigans. You want to know the bad shenanigans? I guess you go check out Owen Smith.
Yeah.
Get the hammer dropped on him. So, oh, I was announcing. Okay, tomorrow night, Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9:30. Well, first of all,
you're going to see us on another show.
Us and Old Car Auto Guy will all be over at Straight Six Fans channel with their live. And then Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9:30. Easy 2 tips, tricks, etc., etc. I haven't heard from him in a couple of weeks. I tried sending him a message and stuff because he hadn't lived in a couple of weeks. He was doing real well, and his chat was growing quickly. A lot of people were showing up, and you know, he had trouble with getting people in his live and stuff. And then it was just, he got on the calendar, and we were working with him, and things were really going well for him. And then he just kind of fell off the map, and I'm trying to get hold of him to see what happened. I don't know. I know we had the flu for a while there. Maybe that's something that happened to him too.
Pearson, Tools and More ask if we received mail yet. Yes, we did, didn't we?
Yes, yes, I got to get that. I got to get that.
And we need to get the Lucha.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's in the van.
Well, go get it.
I will.
All right, he's got to go get some things that we forgot. We've been kind of, like he said, a little bit sick here and there. I've still got a little bit snuffles in my snuffleupagus. And it's awful. And thousands of dollars in inventory. I'm not sure where it was sent, Fab. We just sent it out today. It would have to be the address you gave to Victor. I don't know. Wow, that's awesome, Doritos. Ooh, so Lou, I haven't said hello to you yet. How you doing? Well, when Victor comes back, I'll ask him. Now, can anybody tell me what they did this week? The spectacular news on their channels. Now, I saw Bottle Cap's new drone video. Don't like snow. That looks cold. And I'll be back in just a minute.
However way you want. I'll be showing this. Alrighty. I lost my eyeballs. Must have laid them down somewhere. Okay. This is from Scott Pearson Tools and More. Of course, has lots of tool stuff on his channel. Lots of really good tool stuff on his channel. Now, another thing too, he's really good about supporting other channels. He has tons of videos on his channels showing off on his channel. Tons of videos on his channel showing off other people's channels, automotive channels and the like. And this is one of the latest that he sent us. And these are magnets, refrigerator magnets now. I hope you can see that good, but look, check this graphics out. Isn't that nice? Now, it's the Scott Pearson Tools and More. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and YouTube. But that's cool. That would be nice on the paint. Now, I don't have any ferrous metal on this right here. So here's what I'm going to do. Get creative. We've been invaded by the lady looch. Did y'all know there was a lady looch? Maybe I shouldn't say that, because there may be a lady looch somewhere that get jealous.
Yeah, I'm prettier than any lady looch there could be out there in the world. Look at me.
This was generous donation of Dorito and Lucha Cabra. Look here, it says Luch Mob.
Yay!
So,
I'm a member of the Luch Mob.
What do you get if you mix the Insanefriends with the Luch Mob? An insane mob.
Oh,
Is that a scary thought?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I still have any glasses. I can't see chat or nothing.
I can't either. I left my glasses over there.
We both did the same thing, didn't we?
I left mine next to the Batman's.
I got the cabinet. Here you go.
This should be pink, though.
So, Dorito and Lucha Cabra, y'all need to send us a message on Facebook too with the address. We can send you something. We got something for you. That's
It's fogging up my glasses, though.
Let's see. Well, okay. Here we got other goodies too.
Wow.
Other goodies.
I need a Tard Squad. I need a Tard Squad hoodie.
This was strange camera effects. The one wheelie. Oh, look here, what we got. Check this out. Bang! Dorito and Lucha Cabra. Luch Mob. We're gonna get that up on board too. Let's see. Does this have a sticker back? It's a stickery thing. I bet it is.
I gotta take this off because it's fogging up my glasses and I can't see nothing.
Oh, oh, oh. And look at this one.
Bump suffocation! Oh, I gotta get this off because it's fogging up my glasses and I can't see nothing. There. There. Yeah.
Who's Lou? See you later, man.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. Put this over here near Chopper's Rule 1 and Camaro Time. Fab Automotive Detailing here. Scott Pearson Tools and more.
Looch Mob. Yeah. There you go. We put that right there too. Now, I need to get my glasses back. Give me glasses. They were all fucked up. I couldn't see them. I couldn't see. Now, pumpification. Send the link, bro.
Okay. Sending the linkies.
Wow. Okay.
Invite his peoples.
Where is
What
he?
it says.
Where is he? Where is he? What are we doing? Oh,
Copies.
we don't want to fix the issue. Go away.
Facing the book. Get that open. Thank you again to our super supporters tonight.
And thank you, Lucha
Dorito and Lucha
I'm gonna
Cabra.
use that mask a lot.
And
I'm gonna use it to rob the grocery store.
RPM.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Reviewing, playing, and more. RPM. Super supporter.
Oh my goodness, Colin. It is 1:05 in the UK, so he's headed out to bed. My goodness, that's awful.
Chopper's Rule 1 will be live at 6:30 on Saturday night. Fab Automotive Detailing will be live at 9 p.m. on Saturday night. One Wheel E is live at 9 p.m. on Monday night.
We're here.
Bubsification is live
This is
at
Wednesday.
9 p.m. on Tuesday night.
We're here on Wednesday.
Yep. And I am trying to message.
Wow.
There. That's where I'm after. There it is.
The mask got my glasses all fogged up. But it was awesome.
Bubsification, super supporter. Woohoo!
Yeah, I was just saying.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Things
Yeah,
dying.
Hit them both too hard. That
No.
was mine.
That's what she said.
Okay, there's 18 people watching me right now.
That's right,
and
Camaro time.
14.
It's raining money. It's raining money. Thanks to Bubsification and reviewing, playing, and more RPM in Canada.
Say something. There's 17 people watching me right now, and only 14 of you guys like me. What's up with that?
And Dorito and Lucha Cabra.
Awful people. I can't believe you.
And I will be having.
There, hit that like button. And I was telling Sweetie Cutie a minute ago that I need a Tard Squad hoodie.
I have been talking to, as promised, I've been talking to a couple of people about being on the #Insanefriends live calendar. Very nice, very supportive people. We're not going to have any trouble with them shouting out the rest of you guys that are on the live calendar and helping send more and more traffic to you guys. And of course, make sure you support them well in return. We'll be working out the details in the next couple of days. I've talked to them a couple of times today, and hopefully I'll talk to them again tomorrow and we can work something out. And then I will be putting it on the calendar, announcing it, and let you all you guys know as soon as possible. I may do a special live on the Sane Enterprises channel during the day. I may actually start doing that once or twice a week from the Sane Enterprises channel to keep y'all caught up with what all things that are going on, because all the money stuff that goes on that Sane Enterprises channel does affect all the channels, including this one. You can get a lot more done with a little cash. Old car guy, nice. See you later. Nice to have you here. We'll be over there on his channel tomorrow, Thursday.
Don't forget
not
to
his
check
channel.
us out, people.
We will be at
You're going to see us 2 days in a row.
Six Fan. We'll be at Straight Six Fans channel with Old Car Guy, Old Car Auto Guy. It was very nice of them to invite us. We'll visit with them. And we'll be done with that before Dorito and Lucha Cabra's live time, so we won't be interfering with anybody else's live time on the #Insanefriends live calendar. We don't want to do that.
We never do that.
Camaro Time says pulling a transmission out of a Ford Lariat today.
What about Fab?
Fab is
he put a
GDI injector in a Lincoln MKT yesterday, and it was his first one. You have to use a puller to remove the injector from the head. Never seen such carbon injectors in my career. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to have any pictures or any of that? Were you able to get any kind of footage or pictures of that? Because that sounds very interesting. I've not been through that yet. Fab says you have to use a slide hammer to pull the injector, and the fuel pressure on the GDI engines are like 1,200 PSI. Woo!
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just imagine if it sprung a leak somewhere, like a really small pinhole leak, and started coming out with that kind of force. You could literally drill holes in an aluminum head with that kind of pressure on any kind of liquid.
Hi.
Hi, baby. What was Camaro working on?
He was working on a transmission.
He's pulling the transmission out of a Ford Lariat.
Yeah.
That's another thing is if the boss will let you, you should get some footage of that. Probably get some good views off of that kind of stuff. I know everything I do like that and put on my channel like that.
Videos are the ones that get the most views.
Yeah, not like a bang a whole lot of views when you put them up, but where other videos trickle out and then after they've been on there for a little while, as soon as their new has wore off, they just die down to nothing. Those repair kind of any dirty video, let's just put it that way. Any video you're getting your hands dirty in that's got some kind of, how to do it type value, it just keeps getting views and keeps getting views. Even if it's slowly getting views, it just keeps getting it and keeps getting it and keeps getting it. You're just surprised how much that accumulates over time. Just a slow and steady, workhorse of a video.
Doritos and Lucha Cabra got another ATV together that they slapped together, and they're going to get a video up this week. Awesome.
Yeah, see, he had, I think it was Dorito and Lucha Cabra had a, it looked like a really good video. They're changing a gas tank on one of the ATVs. And it was a really good mix of some of the kind of stuff that Camaro Time does with his editing and stuff in the videos. It makes it more interesting. And the down to earth, you know, do this, do that, do the other. So it's a very informative video. And at the same time, broken up with some good, you know, fun editing stuff at the same time. And I'd be very interested to go back and look and see how that video is doing and what kind of views it's accumulating, because it doesn't always, I don't know why this happens, but it doesn't always coordinate with how good a video is as to how well it does. But, you know, certain things like how to and stuff like that generally do better than others. But you know, even on our how-to videos, we have some that do a lot better than others.
Okay. Where is Three Wheelie?
One Wheelie? Yeah, where's he at? I sent the.
You sent the link. Where's he
I
at?
sent the link
What's
on
up?
the Facebook. If he's not getting the link on the Facebook, or it's not working on the Facebook, tell him to send me a email, and I will email him the link, and he can try that. And I'm gonna tell him here.
Yeah, he never checks his Facebook though.
It says seen, so he's seen it. I'll try. Sends me an email. I'll try emailing the link and get him on here.
Okay.
Just where I can see the chat again.
Hey, Bubs, where's
Hola!
Hey, there we
Hey,
go.
there you are. How
What's
you guys
up, everybody?
Yeah, we got One Wheelie and Bubsification, double threat. Now we're a triple
Awesome.
threat, a quadruple threat.
Yeah, you forgot about
We
me.
got the queen of the car scene over here.
Hey,
And
girl,
not
how you
only
doing?
the queen of the car scene, but the queen of the insurance scene.
Right?
I hate this song. This song, I'm gonna commit mass murder in a minute.
How are
There.
y'all doing tonight?
Turned it off. Turned off the background music.
Thank you. I'm so tired of that song. It's been up there for an entire year. This is from the World of Wheels in Chattanooga, not this year, but last year. And I've been listening to the same music all year long. Okay. Well, how was your day today, boys?
I'm not sure how this works.
Good.
Awesome.
That was great.
Wrong way. You got to
No rain.
I know, but what if I just do this?
There you go. Hey, many ways to many ways you
I
can get
was
there.
telling my cutie sweetie that I needed a Tard Squad hoodie. I
Tard
saw
Squad hoodie?
her with his
We're working
Tard
on them.
Squad hoodie on, and I need one.
We got to get some made. I don't even have one yet, so
I got the only one.
he's got
Wow.
the one of one. Hey, Lonesome's Garage, Camaro Time, Dorito, everybody over there in the chat.
All right, we got one wheelie here. Where's two wheelie?
Well, Two Wheelie learned how to ride on one wheel, so he changed his name to One Wheelie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the only way to ride a bike. You don't really need a front tire. How many back tires have I replaced over front ones? A lot.
I've only replaced one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever put a front tire on my bike since I've had it. Burnouts and wheelies will wear a tire out. For sure.
Yeah, I will. And they get smoky.
Yes. Very smoky. So I heard that you got a tenant in your building.
Yes,
Well,
we do.
All those people we were talking to while y'all were there.
Yeah.
Not one of them. It wasn't one of them.
Yeah, it was. They would have become the tenant if we'd let them. We just we had to make a decision. We had to decide between. It got down after all the people that we met with the last couple of weeks. I boiled it down to either the couple that I was talking to when y'all were there, or the first couple that showed up when y'all were there.
Yeah.
Not the second guy or the third guy I talked to, but
there was a lot.
There was a lot. And then it was kind of like we were having an open house or something. But it wasn't planned that way. It's just people just kept calling and showing up.
That's good.
And
it's a great problem to have.
Yeah, we're like a lucky rabbit's foot. They thought we were going to buy it, so they were like, "We better rent it quick."
yeah, and that's kind of how it went. And
we decided,
but it was the girl that was there a
girl
couple of days before.
Who's going to put a gym in there?
Yep.
And she's got her parents backing her.
Cool.
Yeah, who are experienced business people as well. Right. They're experienced business people as well, but they're helping her get her first business started up.
Well, there's no gyms right there anyways.
Exactly. So she should have the whole area to herself.
Yeah.
And just really clean up.
Right.
Yeah, that'll clean it up around there a lot.
I think so.
Yep. She should do very well. And our neighbors are doing well about keeping their stuff up to date and improving and modernizing and all that.
And the maintenance man across the street, I don't know if you talked to him.
Yeah, they did meet him. They met Marvin.
We met him.
Kicked out the homeless people.
Yeah.
No, he didn't kick out the homeless people. He kicked out the really
squatters.
Bad. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's not an oatmeal pie. That is a Star Crunch.
It was two people in that whole thing.
And not next to us.
It was the village.
I know it was down the street. I know you're talking about those people down the street, but that was really only two people, and they were meth addicts. They weren't like,
that was a big mess.
It wasn't like this homeless camp or something that somebody.
I mean, they had.
Let's make this clear right now, okay?
It was awful.
This was druggies down there.
Exactly. We're not
kicking the homeless out. We welcome.
Yeah, we're not kicking homeless people out.
They're bad people.
Exactly, and
Carol, did you see the video today? I put that big, huge Hello Kitty sticker on the van.
I haven't even got to sit down yet.
Okay, well, I put the sticker on there.
Yesterday.
It's on the
Hello Kitty?
Yeah, it was at the end of that video we were watching yesterday.
Did I fall asleep?
Did you?
I think so.
You must have, because your face
fell asleep during my video. Oh my goodness!
You need to step it up.
Like this. Hello, everybody.
On the room, bro.
Okay.
Really, I'm back.
I was tired.
I'm gonna have to start saying "Wake up, Carol" in every video.
Yeah.
Carol, wake up. Come on now.
That's like the middle.
It's only another 2 minutes, okay? But yes, you got prime real estate on the back window. It's
awesome.
Huge sticker.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a great video. If anybody hasn't seen that video,
detailed her Hello Kitty car again.
All right, very good.
That video was more of like a vlog style video.
So, what are you guys doing besides your video? What's your new video gonna be?
Goodness, my next.
Better hurry and come get some more footage because he's going to be there anyway. We're going to be moving all that stuff out of the building.
Yeah,
Better get some more footage before it's all gone.
yeah, there'll be a lot of footage of that because I want to show like a before and after when it's full
Yep.
or to empty.
That would be great.
Time lapse.
2 men in a truck.
2 men in a truck.
2 men in a
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
looking for another couple because I don't want baby sweetie picking anything up
right.
with his bad back.
I might be able to get us some more help besides just me and
Yeah, because that's
Eric.
I'm worried about the turret leg.
Yeah.
Well, now they ain't nobody picking that up. They ain't none of that going on.
I don't know how
No.
that
It
how you
wouldn't
gonna
do
get
any
that
good.
thing out of there.
You could get Lou Ferrigno and Arnold Schwarzenegger and 3 other guys their size, and that thing they still wouldn't pick that thing up.
I don't know
They're
how you're
gonna
gonna
have-
get it out of there personally.
So what are you going to do with those lifts that's in there? That lady with the gym don't need them.
No,
take
she's
them
not
down?
going to be having the lifts. I'm
But
just going to bring those
that's-
down here.
Those are
Okay.
easy. I mean,
I was about
you
to say,
just
Oh, it's going to store them
Take
for
them
you.
I
down.
mean, we can.
Yeah, that ain't going to fit in your garage.
Oh yes, it will.
Convertible.
I'll
Take
cut
the
the
roof
roof off this bad boy.
Yeah,
I'll cut
take
the roof off of it. But
And
the
then go
next
with
video,
the
video that's going to be coming out soon is of the drag mini bike build that we're building to race against Redbeard's Garage.
Oh, now
is
that's
that
interesting.
the one that I saw the frame, the really long frame?
Yes, that's our drag mini bike. That's the first one that we've ever
Well,
built.
that's a good name for it because it's going to drag on everything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's only made to go straight. That's it.
yeah. You
Yeah,
can't
like
Straight line.
Inch off the ground.
Yeah, it's about 1 inch off the ground, isn't it?
Yes, and it's kryptonite.
as
is,
long as you are not sitting on it, it's 1 inch off the ground. Have
Yeah.
you thought about when you're sitting on it?
No, that's with us sitting on it. With me sitting on it, it's a 1/2 inch off the ground.
Yeah, it's,
But with Bubs on it, we're good. We're golden.
you got to go
Built-
sweep the
built for him.
cigarette butts out of the way before you drive it.
Yeah, for real.
It doesn't get
Yeah, let's
stuck.
make sure that the strip's nice and prepped and cleaned before we run down through there.
Yeah, run a Zamboni across the strip before you.
Yeah, can I get out here with a broom real quick? Because one pebble's going to take me out.
Track prep. We need to sweep.
And
Then you gotta take it to the Bugapalooza for
That'd be
doing
cool.
the limbo
oh
contest.
yeah, the limo contest was awesome last
Oh,
year.
Yes.
Dude,
And
Bugapalooza,
that
we
would
take
work.
thing.
Yep. Take it there
You just
and
have to take your hat off.
put the handlebars down, take
Yeah.
the seat off of it, and lay like Superman and go.
Oh, I could build something that would get real low that has a motor on
Well, there you go.
it. Just
Here-
put the
here,
skateboard
ready.
with a motor on it and just lay down on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
You watch that video we've got on our channel of the limbo
Bugapalooza
contest.
limbo.
Bugapalooza.
That's over at Camp Jordan, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah.
it always happens at Camp Jordan, so there's really
Yeah.
no excuse for not being there.
It's like 5 miles from my house.
And if I don't already have it on the calendar, I'll be putting it on the calendar. I'll be shouting them out for 4 or 5 weeks before it starts. So
Hey,
you'll be
Lonesome
hearing about it.
Garage in the chat, I see you.
Yeah,
over there.
here, 27th of April, Bugapalooza
Wow.
at 8 a.m. at Camp Jordan.
Yep.
And it keeps going on till 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 28th.
Yep.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday at the end of April.
Sweet.
So
Yeah.
they've got some hilarious stuff going on there. And raising money for the Ronald McDonald House.
Right.
Gosh, I was thinking over $10,000 last year raised for the Ronald McDonald House, just that one event.
Wow.
And then, of course, we had the St. Jude's show in Rossville, raised over $13,000. It was in a new location last year, right there behind where the library is and everything in Rossville.
Yeah.
Not Rossville, Ringgold.
Ringgold. Yeah. I
Where you
was
go through
wondering.
Port Oglethorpe, heading towards Ringgold, right when you get in Ringgold, right off of Battlefield Parkway there where the
Oh, okay. Not
behind
too
where
much
the
road.
library is. Really big field back there because they normally had it at the school.
And it
there, and they
outgrew the
just-
school.
Filled up the school every bit of
Right.
it every year.
Yeah, it was
got to
time
the
to
point where they
expand.
looked for a bigger venue, and then they had that bigger venue there and got over $13,000 for the hospital.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Kids
That's
hospital.
awesome. I've been to a couple Bugapaloozas, but it's been several years back.
I love going there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is my
Yeah,
first
but they
car.
always have some really good, strange built stuff.
I abused it.
Right. Yeah, Volkswagens. I'd like to have a Volkswagen. The
Well,
turbo.
what y'all got something really cool now, that's just as cool as any
Yeah, that
Volkswagen.
amphibian.
Yeah, that amphibious car that y'all landed.
Yeah.
How in the world did
That's
you
gonna
find
be
that?
a fun one.
Well, how we
I did
got
not
a hold of
realize
that
that
is
you had until I saw the innards. You were working on the innards, and when I saw the innards and I saw those pulleys and chains and stuff, and I'm like, I know what that is.
yeah, it's cool, man. It's too cool. But we got a phone call from Redbeard's Garage telling us to come up that he had some stuff he wanted to do some wheeling and dealing on. So we went up there and checked it out, and I guess it was a little bit more than what he was wanting to tackle, because I mean it's pretty rough, the chains and everything. You know, a lot of stuff
You
needs
said
to be done.
the innards had sat actually submerged
Submerged in
in
water.
They had accumulated.
Yeah, so we gotta do some frame repair and clean all that up. You know, we're gonna take all that out and blast it and make sure everything's good, and then put it all back together and have fun on it.
Well, you don't
So
have
we like taking stuff that nobody wants and making it work again.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know,
whole
Got
thing
a
about it.
blaster?
We do have a blaster, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of blaster you got? You got a cabinet or you got
a
the outdoor
compressor,
blaster?
a sand blaster, just that hooks up
I'd like
to the
to
air
have one
nozzle.
that's a cabinet with some gloves.
Yeah, like the one that somebody that I
With glass
seen.
You would know
Yeah,
anybody something like
I
that.
think there was one sitting down there not being used, you know.
Place.
Yeah.
No, it gets used.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we've been there several times. We'll load up the van and then we spend another couple hours. I actually even made a video of not the last time or the time before that, but 3 times ago when I was using it. Went through there and I made a video, and I've got several parts there showing that I blasted and what I blasted
cool.
and all that.
That's good content.
Yeah,
It is.
how many parts do you think you're going to have to blast on that? For about half a
I'm
dozen.
not sure yet. I'm not sure. A lot of the stuff, the main thing is I want to get the frame out and make sure the frame's good all the way around it. Is my main thing.
Yeah.
If you got a bad frame, it ain't going to be worth nothing. You know what I mean? You got to fix that and make it.
Yeah. Well, we got to hurry
up the time, Power Band Garage. Hey, buddy, I'm here when I can get here. I had a lot of stuff going on this afternoon, Power Band. I let them know that I was going to be late. I did text you.
Yeah, I told him it'd be like 8:15, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we had.
But they already knew before I even told them, because they're in the chat saying that you was going to be late as usual.
Oh my goodness!
Was in the chat saying, "Oh, it looks like one Willie's going to be late."
Right. Oh, come on, guys! I'm usually pretty good. Maybe
Probably
not
ran out of gas.
They're in there before I was
out of gas somewhere, so I need to get OnStar on my old van.
That would be Old Star.
Old Star, bud.
So,
in my case, if I had it on
when
my
I
vehicle,
get
it'd
off
be
of here, I'm
Insane
gonna
Star.
see my Hello Kitty sticker on the Tard Squad.
Yes, you will. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. I was actually getting ready to put the video out, and I did my outro and everything, and then I was like, well, let me put the sticker on there. So then I had to do another outro.
Yeah. Yeah,
So it's all good. Yeah, there's a huge Hello Kitty sticker on there, right by my name and Bubs' name. So
Awesome.
We got some cool stickers. We got something from Dorito and Lucha Cabra. I wonder how we ended up with that.
Right. All the way from California.
Cali.
And Scott Pearson Tools and More.
Cool.
And I don't know who this is.
That dude's awesome.
That dude's kind of a big deal, guys.
He's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, not as big a deal as this guy right here.
Oh, Billy King
He's got
himself.
that crown on.
Crown, man. See, that's how you become the king, man. Is you got to make yourself the king.
Hey, there's only one king and queen around here.
Now you're king and queen of the car world now. I'm the king of the wheelies.
You are the king of the wheelies.
That's
And let you have that. I'm done with wheelies. I've done enough of those. Hopefully, I'm done with stitches too.
yeah. There's one rule in our house: blood has to stay on the inside.
Right.
It means no more wheelies.
Yeah.
Reviewing, playing, and more's got to go. It's
Oh,
good having you
no.
here. Thank you for the super chat, RPM.
You're awesome. Bye.
Always great to see you here. Have fun with those snowmobiles in Canada.
Oh yeah. Snowmobile
Computerized
time.
snowmobiles.
I like some
Okay,
snowmobile
I
action.
gotta get off of this thing.
If anybody needs to learn anything about computers, upgrade your computer, fix your computer, or even build a computer from scratch, go check out Reviewing, Playing, and More RPM.
Powerburn Garage said that's funny. Was Hello Kitty on there when you ran out of gas? I didn't run out of gas. I was just saying. It will next time we run out of gas, buddy. There'll still be Hello Kitty on there.
This
That's
guy
good.
right here is live on Monday at 9 p.m.
That's right.
This guy is live on Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Clubs of vacation across the nation.
Yay.
You can catch these guys 9:30 on Thursday. I say you can catch them, but you got to run fast
Right.
and in a zigzag motion.
Right.
And he is a
Well,
super
you
support.
definitely have to make sure that your small children and animals have their ears covered like this.
Right.
PG-13.
PG-13, guys.
Yeah, there might be a few words
13.
there.
We
I
try
know
to
quite a few words, and I learned some new ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fab is in here in the chat somewhere. He is live at 9 p.m.
like fuck
on
on
Saturday
vacation.
night.
Okay.
So, what did you learn the other day?
But I wish I had a warehouse like that.
I learned fuck
Well,
on vacation.
No, I'm asking when we leave.
Oh, did you learn anything about transmission parts
We didn't talk
recently?
much about transmission. We talked about the transmissions, but we didn't really talk about,
I was more taking in the business.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Just listening to him talk. He's so business minded on everything he
Yeah,
does.
you just poke a little bit, and then he just takes off running, and you just listen.
Yeah,
And that's
sometimes
what you do.
I stop listening though.
But yeah, like Camaro Tom said, there's a lot of stuff we got to get moved out of there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
That place is full.
There was a lot more. We've moved about half of it.
That's crazy.
I got to
And
work that
we
day.
sold how many lifts? About 5 lifts.
I learned that there was a BSA in there at one point in time. Motorcycle.
There's quite a few BSA parts
Yeah.
hitting around here and there.
And there's
in
a
the motorcycle
Triumph
part.
in our barn that we had when we were teenagers together.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Still here.
We still
Still
got it.
running.
Oh, there's
We're
a lot
unloading
around
stuff.
too, Camaro Time. There's
We'll
a lot of
see that.
stuff in there.
Just tools lying around. There's got to be.
There's
Those
there's
clutches.
more tools than one man can use.
He'll give you that lathe if you can bench press it.
The
Pick this
dirt
up
Go
by
ahead.
themselves, they can have it without using anything.
Yeah, no
Pick
no
that thing
tools or
up.
equipment, just
Yeah.
raw hand, raw muscle power.
Yeah, they can take it if
and
they
bench
can
press
do it.
that.
More power to them. If they can pick that thing up and carry it off.
Yeah.
If somebody somehow managed to get underneath that lathe, they would look worse than that deer I found in my yard yesterday.
Yeah.
Thing's huge. I've never seen one that big.
Yeah. You couldn't take one part off of it and be able to really carry it.
Yeah, they knew they
much
put
did you
it
say it
together with
weighed?
a lot of extra metal back
Like an
then.
earth and a half.
Yeah. How much did it weigh? Did you say?
That thing's somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,000 or 7,000 pounds. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over
Dorito
3
said he can bench 6,000 or 7,000 pounds.
Yeah,
He-
but
Hey, muscle
Joe's,
car
come on
appraisal,
out.
how
If
you
you want to
doing?
try to pick up the lathe, you can have it.
Right.
Hey,
I don't think even the scrap druggies would want to work that hard tomorrow time.
I don't know, man.
It looks like work, they're not going to do it. They
Right.
might want to take the electric motor apart on the back for the copper, but that's as far as they would get.
Yeah, you have to get a rollback or something to get that.
Yeah, it's definitely would take a
Yes.
rollback. That's how it ended up there. You drag it up on the rollback and
Mm-hmm.
drive on down the road.
yeah, because you can't. There's no way.
No.
There's no other way.
Yeah, that'd be the only way to get it out of there.
And I don't know what condition the floor's going to be in after it gets.
That's smooth concrete in there. It should be okay.
Yeah,
Wasn't it salad or something?
Yeah, but I'm talking about when you get it over here in the barn, because I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
that concrete in the barn is that thick. It's
Oh no, it's not as thick as the warehouse over there for sure.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, and you were asking how big it is. It's 10,000 square feet.
Man.
And you were
Big.
looking at some of the parts on the shelf and stuff, and I was telling you that I've been averaging about $45 a piece. And
Yeah.
you've seen how many parts were there, how
Yeah.
many parts about this size. And this sold today for $43.
There you go. See,
And,
man,
and this
we're doing this all wrong, bro.
and
We
then-
need to
oh,
learn
yeah,
a thing or two.
just hang around and listen. I'll tell you how to make money.
We need a mentor. I got a mentor now. Another one.
And remember the clutches and stuff you saw hanging on the
Yeah.
2x4s and stuff that were
Yeah.
especially made for
Clutches.
organizing clutches and stuff. They're all over the walls and everything.
They're everywhere.
disorganized, but they're in perfect order.
So you'd say what? Tens of thousands of them
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
there.
Easy.
Well, I sold 2 of those today for $7.47 a piece.
There you go.
2 of them. And that's just the few of them that I've got listed. Once I get all the rest of them listed, to sell quite a few more. But just think of the math on that. Over $7 a piece
Uh-huh.
for one clutch,
Yeah.
and there's tens of thousands of them
Right.
hanging there on the walls.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
So-
about.
If it was only 10,000 at $7 a piece, how much inventory is that? Right there, 70,000, but
Baller
it's
status.
tens of thousands. There's,
Yeah.
So that maybe 50,000 of them, 30,000 if you want to be really conservative. And that'd be 21,000. No, 210,000 is what it would be. $210,000 worth of inventory.
I mean, I'll store them for you and take a cut.
That's why I need those tractor trailers.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. You walk in, have it on the shelves, and have the shelving, have it all organized where you just go out there, pick it, put it in a box, and ship it.
Exactly. 52 feet of shelves on this side and shelves on this side, kind of like what I've got in the north end of the building there, where we've got the
On the
rows
top.
of shelving.
Yeah,
Only you won't be able to go around to the outside of the shelves. You'd have to walk in between the two shelves like you can
Right.
there.
Yeah.
and just have everything accessible in between the shelves, so that need to be narrower because you're not going to be able to go around the other side.
So
But
you sell all that stuff you sell all that stuff on eBay.
Yep.
not all of it, but most of it.
You
sells
sell
on
on Let
eBay.
Go or
eBay is
Craigslist or
the biggest. It gives me the best volume.
yeah.
Now, I've got some of it listed elsewhere, but I get the best volume off of eBay. My eBay store is 30 to 60 parts a month going out on the eBay store alone, which
Right.
it exceeds all of the other platforms that I have the parts listed on combined.
Right. Right.
And that's why you get, and that's not even fast moving.
So there's your video series right there, eBay for Dummies. Show people, set it up, show them how to do it.
There's
That's
some of that
on
stuff is on Sane Enterprises.
Sane Enterprises,
The,
the other
the
channel.
channel's already there, and videos are already on it, doing that kind of stuff. I mean, you're welcome to do a collab with me on one of those videos. We could do one of those videos.
Yeah.
Be the next video on Sane Enterprises. We could do one together.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because I mean, a lot of this stuff I don't think about. To me, it's all just like second. I've been doing it so long.
Yeah, but that's very knowledgeable to show people how to get set up and everything.
Right. I guess I get the false thought, just like anybody else does. When you know something really well, you start thinking everybody else knows it too.
Yeah, like Willie's.
Yeah, like Willis, you probably think that. How could you not know how to do wheelie?
Well,
How could you
I
not know
don't
this
even
about a
know
wheelie or that
how
about a
to
wheelie?
ride a
You know?
bicycle.
So you don't think
So
about.
I can't do a wheelie.
yeah, you can. I can teach you.
I can't ride a bicycle.
Yeah, you can.
With no handlebars.
She's fibbing. She can ride a bicycle.
I've never ridden a bicycle a day in my life.
Well, we
Yeah.
want to see that on video, don't we, chat?
Driving a
Everybody
car.
in the chat, we want to see Carol on a bicycle. That'd be a huge video,
I let him drive it. I'll sit on the back.
right? One of them double ones. What are they
That's
called?
what we did on the motorcycles for years and years
Yeah.
and years.
Yeah.
In Atlanta traffic,
Ooh, geez.
riding around on motorcycles.
You're brave,
Hey,
Yeah.
we weren't brave. We were immortal.
right?
We were young and we
Rule
were
the world.
young.
Yeah.
I was raised in Atlanta,
Immortal
so
and invincible.
I didn't know anything else.
We were not.
Right.
I was not invincible though, because I woke up in the hospital a few times. But I was
Yeah.
immortal because I'm still here.
The only time I woke up in the hospital is when I broke my leg in a motorcycle wreck we were in right
Yeah.
before I got pregnant with my daughter.
Oh, geez.
Yep, I was in the hospital for how long? About a month.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Lonesome sounds like he's getting it set up down there
Yeah, he is.
for making parts.
Oh, he's going to do casting and pouring metal,
Yeah, that'll be cool.
part pedals and chain guards.
Well, we got a
Good
lot
job.
of scrap metal we could send him.
Shoot, I'll take some scrap metal. You know.
Now, the thing is, with a lot of the scrap metal and stuff, that's another thing too. A lot of people scrap their metal and stuff. We like to repurpose a lot of things. Well, y'all like to repurpose a lot of things. I bet you
That's
don't
what we do.
Exactly.
scrap very much.
Yeah, we wouldn't be scrapping it. We'd be using it.
Because scrapping stuff is like the least money you could possibly get for something.
Absolutely.
Maybe quick money, but it is the least amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, even putting something on Etsy or something as art supply can get you more money
Right.
than scrap metal prices.
And
Yeah.
you can sell anything for art supplies.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody out
Yeah,
there.
he was.
needs
yeah.
transmission
Yeah,
parts.
Sane was showing us a transmission. He was like, "Yeah, I could put this up and sell this for
And
art." I
make
said,
a
"I'd make that a sink."
Or make it around.
Exactly. There is some kind of purpose for just
Our,
about anything that you
Our
expect.
mailbox is a transmission case.
See,
It
that's
sure
all.
is.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's a 4R70W from a Mustang.
Right. There's
What
some
else
kid
did
needs
it
that transmission case. Like, man, look at that mailbox.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, mister, you want to sell your mailbox? No, but I got another case for you. I probably got 70 of them.
Or more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least because most of those I already moved over here.
Right.
And then half of those that I moved over here, at least 50% of the ones that I brought over here from the warehouse, have already sold and gone all over the country and out of the country because they sell internationally too.
Yeah.
When I first got back here to Dalton, almost 2 years ago now, it'll be 2 years ago in May. That warehouse was jam-packed, full.
Yeah,
I bet.
I believe it.
It's still pretty full, but I mean, you can barely walk around without stepping on something.
Yeah.
Now we got
It's pretty wide open in there now.
Yeah, we got
There's
some
still a
pack.
lot of stuff.
It was scary.
Sure.
Now the 3,000 square foot building over here is jam packed.
Yeah.
And
sure.
and that's with like I said, 30 to 60 items a month leaving every month, and it's going to get faster because I've just been on a listing binge, and I've added another $10,000 worth of inventory to the eBay store. And I'm going to open up a second eBay store for some of the smaller stuff, and I'll go over the various reasons why I'm doing that, separating the smaller stuff from the larger stuff, and having two different eBay stores, one for smaller things and one for larger things. There's several reasons for that.
I will be back.
I'll go over on
like
Sane Enterprises.
Water, sweetheart?
Yeah, I'd love that. That would be great.
Yes, I'll take some as well.
You get virtual water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll go over that kind of stuff on Sane Enterprises. But suffice it to say, the small parts and stuff, which are mostly in bins and boxes and stuff, besides the other regular hard parts that you saw like this, there was in excess of easily, conservatively in excess of $800,000 worth of inventory of these parts right here at an average of $45 a part.
Right.
Without, prepping anything else, which you saw the backlog of other stuff that needed to be prepped and tore down and ready to go on the shelves. It wasn't even on the shelves yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if you added that, you get over $1 million right there. And then you start getting into the small parts. I could fill a whole nother eBay store with the small parts alone.
I'll share this Diet Dr. Pepper with you, okay?
Thank you.
Like the clutches and stuff, they're going to average somewhere between $5 to $15 a part. So that's going to average out to about $10 a part on the eBay store. That's one of the reasons I wanted to separate it into a different eBay store.
Right.
And because it might average about $10 a part, and these other eBay stores are going to be averaging about $45 a part. But it's going to be a whole lot more stuff and take more time to list it and everything.
Chicago Mate said he had a car-related question for us.
Oh, great!
Okay, awesome.
And welcome to the chat, Chicago Mate.
Now they're the car gurus. I don't know too much, but I can help as much. I'm sure somebody in here knows whatever you need a question for.
Between the lot of us, we could give you a ton of terrible misinformation.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
Completely turned around.
And then I'll straighten it all out.
Yep. Impact Garage Gaming is here. He can help give some terrible backwards information as well. Horse's Shop is here.
Vacation here and in the chat.
Dorito Lucha Copper's here, man. There's a lot of people here. We give you all kinds of.
Bono Caps was here. I don't know if he's still here or not. He could give us some information too. I don't know what he would tell us. It would probably be a little bit scary, but hey.
Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge in this.
We'll try to get you pointed in the wrong direction. All you got to do is ask us a question, listen very carefully to what we say, and then do the opposite.
Right.
Boom.
Boom. I'll be right back.
Full of success.
And you can be as cute as me if you try really hard.
I don't think so. I don't think they can do that. Bumsification should know a lot about heating and air by now.
I know a little. I know enough to get me in trouble. That's about it.
I know enough about a lot of things to know just how little I know.
Right.
Which just barely gets me past the point of knowing enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Knowing
I
enough
always
to be
tell
dangerous,
everybody.
You're in that state where you know just enough to think you know a lot.
Is that a moon
That's
pie
dangerous.
over there?
A moon pie? Where's moon pie?
No, what is that?
On the table?
Yeah.
That's a Star Crunch.
Star Crunch. That's even worse.
Well, I want a moon pie.
That's not worth getting fat over. Star Crunch is not worth getting fat over.
I'm gonna go get some dark.
I guess that's why it's still there on the table.
What is it?
What
Nobody will eat it.
I'm sorry.
He's been drinking the last Yoo-hoo for like 4 days.
Chicago made has a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.9 liter with a 46 RE transmission, and it takes a while shifting from first to second. After it warms up, it shifts fine. Is that a sign of my transmission going out? Yes, that's the second sign of your transmission going out. The first sign is that it's Chrysler product. And Chrysler, bless their heart, I love Chrysler. I love Mopars because they paid for most of that building that you saw. And Chrysler.
So here's
as many Chrysler transmissions as I did Ford transmissions and GM transmissions combined. And then maybe some of the imports
are we
too.
saying they're bad?
So you being the transmission guy,
You're just frequent flyers.
and that's probably a pretty common question. What's
But
the
if you build them right, they can last a very, very long time because, like, all transmissions have weak points, and Chrysler's no exception. But if you beef up all the weak points, except for with the 46 RE, there is one weak point you really cannot beef up. And that is in the overdrive section where they have that big spring that applies the overdrive clutches.
Yeah.
And on the other end of that spring is the bearing that sits on top of the hub that goes down into the planet set. And this bearing is trapped underneath this big spring. And it's literally the spring. The spring is so strong that the spring applies the clutches. And now the piston, when you crank up the vehicle, the fluid goes in behind the piston and pushes against that spring and releases the clutches until it's needed.
Okay.
And keeps it released until it's needed. Well, that puts even more pressure on that poor little bearing that's sitting at the bottom of that spring. And so eventually the bearing gives out. So every single time you build one of those transmissions, every time, put brand new bearings in it. Do not, I don't care how good the bearing looks, how good it feels, do not reuse the bearings in the overdrive section of 46 RE, 47 RE, 48 RE. Now, this part of the transmission was built by New Process and purchased by Chrysler from New Process to put on their overdrive sections. The fronts of those are essentially the 727s, the 904s, stuff like that they converted into overdrives and utilized those to have with the New Process overdrive section on them. Of course, none of the cases will interchange, the valve bodies won't interchange, none of that kind of stuff. But yeah, the reason it's going to need to be rebuilt is because the symptoms he's having are a sign of the seals getting hard. And as the thing warms up, the seals soften up a little bit and they start sealing off better. And then it catches. But then there's going to be, by the time that happens, there's going to be a lot of other normal wear and tear on the clutches and the bushings and the sealing rings and all that other kind of stuff that you would replace during the rebuild as well. And so if you get a really good, thorough rebuild, then you could end up with a better 46 RE than it ever was when it was brand new.
Right.
Right.
You've got a good, reliable Mopar after that.
Yeah.
And to make sure you put those bearings
Did
brand
anybody
new.
else hear what?
I seen you yawning. I was going to say, Carol, wake up. No, that's good stuff. That just lets them know, you know.
Shop. That was a good, the 904. And the 904 became the A500, which was redesignated as the 44 RE. I believe. 42 RE. I'm so old school, I don't even know the new designations correctly.
I don't know.
I have to look in my my parts book.
YS1. I know what a YS1 is.
No.
Yeah. Can
It's like
we
a zipper.
can you on there? What's
A YS1 is a GSR Integra transmission.
Oh, I don't like those people.
But yeah, the
I wonder
904s and
what
the 727s were such good transmissions that they continued using those
on TV back
I don't know.
as the basis for all these 42 REs, 44 REs, 46 REs, 47 REs, 48 REs, all that kind of stuff, and put the new process overdrive section on the back of them, and redesign the valve bodies, the cases, and all that kind of stuff so they can control the overdrive, and then later the entire transmission became electronic. And then, of course, when I say late model, I mean what you younger guys would consider the old stuff is the late model stuff to me. The actual late model stuff has nothing to do with any of that stuff anymore. I mean, Chrysler doesn't even use that stuff anymore.
Right.
No, for probably 10 years now, because I started building transmissions in 1991. And of course, transmissions come in 5 to 8 years old. So in 91, I was building mostly, late 70s, mid 80s transmissions. And then a few of the late 80s transmissions, the front wheel drive stuff was coming in. And I would end up doing most of what then was later model stuff, front wheel drives and stuff like that, because all the older guys that had been in it for years when I got in it, they were all like, that front wheel drive stuff. That's I'm getting out of this business. Front wheel drive, I ain't doing that stuff, and that's crazy having to have all this 3 layers of valve body in it.
Did you ever do any like Chrysler Turbo 2 transmissions? Like out of the Omnis and the Shadow?
Oh, yeah.
Lasers?
Yeah, definitely.
I always had trouble with them. I always blew them things up.
Yeah.
Making too much power.
It didn't take a lot of power to kill those things.
No.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, they'd make like 260, 270 of the wheels. After you change
that
a
was
couple things.
Way too much power for those.
Yeah, Axles was the first to go.
Anything over like 150 horsepower and
right.
They were on borrowed time.
Yeah, that's all of mine.
Yeah, Dorito and Luke Chikaver's right. It's K-Series cars.
Yeah.
Exactly what those were. They were the K-Series.
See, now if you say K-Series, everybody think of RSX. K-Series motors. Transmission. Yeah. Now it's a Honda thing. If you say K-Series.
Oh, my hair is covering my eyes and I'm going to sleep now.
She's out.
Impact's Garage and Gaming. He's got a point there that the new overdrive transmissions are so heavy. I pick up my 904 and walk around with it. This is one of that reminds me of one of the things I was saying to one of the people that was looking at the building, and they were asking, why I did that. Well, not only did the industry that I was in, it went through its heyday and where it was making the most money, and the heyday's over for that. Part of that was the NAFTA agreement and stuff, and big box retailers moving to places like Mexico and stuff where they could build remanufactured units a lot cheaper and ship them all over the place. When we were making $28 on up to $3,500 a job building transmissions, they started moving to Mexico and building cheapy transmissions where they could sell them for $1,700 and still make a profit off of them because they were getting cheap labor and everything.
Right. That's what.
And they weren't doing all the updates, and they were using substandard parts where we'd be using hardened steel drums and stuff that just, stick any old thing made out of any old metal in there.
Right.
And if they had a problem, just give them another piece of crap. At that point, we still had some big fleet accounts that would, we even had some, and I won't name the name of the parts store, but we even had an account with a parts store that would bring us their delivery vans, and they sold these units that were cheap. They sold these cheap reman units to their customers, but they wouldn't put them in their delivery. They brought their delivery vans to us, and we built their transmissions and delivery vans for about twice. We charged them about twice what they were selling their units for.
Right.
And their cost on those units wasn't as much as what they were selling them for. So they probably could have stuck one of those things in their vehicles for a quarter of what we were charging.
Yeah.
But they still preferred to pay us.
And they got mechanics on duty.
In order to get a transmission that would last, so they wouldn't have their delivery van down.
Ain't that hilarious? You go up to a parts store and ask them for some windshield wiper blades, and they'll come out and put them on your car for you. What person can't put their own windshield wiper blades on?
I don't know, but if we did a video on that, we'd probably get more views than most of the videos that we spend hours of editing.
Yeah, I can't put them on. I get frustrated. I'm like, how's the clip go?
Blades video.
Yes, put one up so I can learn how to do it.
No other reason to see how many views it'll get.
Right. Right. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. It's happened before. I got some videos on there now that I'm like, why can't I just make myself make videos like that all the time?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Del Sol. Out of all the cars we have,
all those beautiful show cars and stuff, it just kills them. It kills them in views.
Hey, what's wrong with the Del Sol? That's a Honda.
It is a nice Honda and everything. Yeah, I like the Del Sols and everything. Awesome. But I didn't think it would get more views than the big supercharged 71 Plymouth Barracuda.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's surprising.
No, it's not. Honda Del Sol.
Yeah, well,
overhead cam, VTEC motor.
It's the times, man.
There's more youngsters running around on YouTube looking at Hondas, I guess.
Apparently,
because my '98 Civic heater core does good, and it's garbage. You know,
rabbit cabbage.
I'm just saying, it's proof that if you think you know what's going to get a lot of views, if you think you've done a lot of research and I haven't. I've done a lot of watched a lot of instructional videos and stuff, read books and stuff, and it can still surprise you when you got to just keep putting videos out there because it will surprise you sometimes what gets views and what doesn't.
What was that truck? Bigfoot.
Oh, the Beast. And Bigfoot truck. Yeah, the Bigfoot truck before the Beast. The Beast ended up doing better than the Bigfoot, but that was a long time. That was a couple of years before.
Yeah.
Before, and it wasn't even Bigfoot.
It wasn't even nice.
It was, but it was a.
She said it wasn't even nice.
Well, it was nice, but she's talking like compared to all those nice trucks at World of Wheels and stuff like that. It's nice compared to most truck, but it's not a.
It's like
indoor
an average
World of Wheels
everyday truck you're going to see on the road.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not one of those that you would look at and say, "Wow, that's
awesome.
going
to get a lot of views." That's going to be
so are y'all going to go to the Import Alliance event?
I don't know, but it sounds very interesting to go to, and I think that we could probably get some footage that it would get a lot of views.
You need to see which day that they're doing the drifting down there.
And did you ever find out exactly what the date was?
There'll be a lot more Honda Del Sols down there.
What is the point to that?
And I should film them.
Let me tell you what to film when you go down there though.
I mean,
E86 Corollas.
Around when you're drifting.
Let me answer this question to Impact's Garage.
In a parking garage.
Let me answer this question, Impact's Garage and Gaming.
Okay.
He wants to know about the performance servos for the 700 R4s. And he's got an 84 Trans Am.
Look, I got an idea. In my video about the 700 R4 2.4 servos, there's a link in the description to the aftermarket Corvette servos, and that's the one you need.
for barking the tires in second gear like that. But don't do what I did to my Corvette and use the Corvette servo along with the extra wide Kevlar band, along with the shift kit plate with the extra large feed hole and brand new pistons and stuff that don't leak in your accumulator. Because if you do all that together, then it barks tires in second gear, even if you ain't got your foot on the throttle.
I prefer to spin in second gear, not bark it.
Crank it up and look at it, and it'll bark the tires when you do all that. So that's one of the things that I'll be doing. I might even
so what is that? That's the moral to that story is don't overbuild your transmission.
Try not to overbuild. Try not to go overboard. Anyway, I'm gonna have to detune that a little bit. I've got another plate on the way, and it's one of the hardened steel plates, but it doesn't have quite as big of feed holes because I need to get those feed holes down there slower to get less fluid to that 1.2 servo.
You might want to get One Wheelie to help you with it.
Yeah, I might want to do that. He'd probably love that project. He'd probably love that. And then we could both film it and then have film for both channels from two different perspectives. And that would probably be a video that gets lots and lots of views because it involves a Corvette. It involves 700R4. It involves burnt, bruised, and bleeding. It involves
it better not
transmission fluid and stuff.
You know the rules. The blood stays on the inside.
Yeah. What's Dorito talking about? Drifting going up in the garage. What's he talking about?
We just use transmission fluid. Call it blood.
Oh, they don't do import lines in the garages anymore. It's at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
What is?
Import Alliance is in the middle of Atlanta Motor Speedway now. They don't do it in the parking garages anymore down there. It's too big.
Oh, you're talking about south of Atlanta, down there where my aunt and crazy cousins live.
Atlanta Motor Speedway is where it's at, but it's over 150,000 cars.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's too
when
much.
Is the River Slam coming again? That was in the north end of Chattanooga, the River Slam.
They usually do it around the same time, but I haven't seen or heard anything.
I think it was near the fall last year, and I was busy somewhere else and didn't get to go, and I wished I had to see. They had a lot of that same kind of stuff you have at Import Alliance.
Yeah, it's the Slam stand stuff.
A lot closer.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of the Slam trucks that I filmed elsewhere ended up being there.
Really?
Yeah.
And down here you'll have a lot of like GTRs, and that's what you'll see down there. A lot of high end.
My favorite show this year was the Mustang show. What was the name of that one?
What? I'm sorry.
The one that had all the Mustangs at it.
Oh, Ponies in the Park.
Yeah.
That was the first annual Ponies in the Park. We released a couple of videos.
I'm allergic to you or something, dude. I'm allergic to you. You got me sneezing tonight.
He probably fixed one of those air conditioners that in the cat lady's house, and he changed the filter while he was at it, and he got all that cat dander all over him.
That could be what it is. Mess with them cats, boy.
I don't like
Don't
it.
go take a bath.
Yeah. Can you imagine? You know the filter of central heat and air unit of a house with 20 cats in it.
I've seen it. It looks and smells terrible.
Exactly what you're
thinking. I had a friend.
It's like a hairy litter box.
Right.
And he was too big to clean up a cat litter box, and oh god.
I think the coolest Toyotas was the 93.
You're right, Dr. Dad's Garage. That's exactly what we do. We build it way too much, and then we complain about it, and then we have to go back and detune this and detune that. Back off on it.
Back off.
Detune it back to a Ford.
Right?
Yeah, detune it just enough where stuff stops breaking so often.
See, that's what's weird is everybody here at our local drag strip, they take the Ford motor out and put a Chevy motor
Small
in.
block Mustangs. Small block Chevy Mustangs.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
That's sacrilege.
that's what they do, though. I
They say
mean,
that
seriously.
the Ford
I know what
small
everybody
block don't get that quick
No.
rev like a
What
350.
about the Coyote? That's
I don't know. I
awesome.
haven't seen none of them running lately. I don't know if
And
anybody
then,
around here can afford a Coyote.
Terminator.
Right?
Impact's Garage, he says he's really happy with the servo kit that he put in there. And if you put nothing but the servo kit in there, then yeah, you can be really happy with it because it's going to beef it up quite a bit. And just like what I was saying is just, see, I was building the transmission at the time. I took it out, freshened it up, built it. And I'm doing
Barbecue's a
all
southern thing, not
all the
your
updates
dad.
and beefing up everything. And so if you do it in combination, if you do that servo kit in combination with Kevlar band and the other mods, it's going to be too much. So just, what I'm recommending is that people do what you did, and if they're going to use that servo kit, then just use the servo kit. Put nothing but the servo kit in there. Don't do all that other stuff. Now, if you don't have the servo kit and you're not going to use the servo kit, then yeah, and you're building the transmission, then yeah, use the Kevlar band. Do the updates to the valve body and the separator plate and the updated accumulator and all that stuff.
I give
You
it
don't
back
do
to
it
the
at the
Yank
servo.
that transmission out and put a 6-speed on it.
What?
Yeah,
What?
that's
How
what
you
you
gonna do
do.
that?
Yeah, you can. Why can't you?
I said, how are you going to do that? I didn't say you can't. I'm saying how. How are you going to do that? Educate me.
What? Put a 6-speed on anything, or you should get a different bell housing that'll bolt whatever to whatever.
Okay, I want a magic bell housing that'll bolt whatever to whatever.
Advanced adapter.
Listen, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep that magic bell housing every time I get
What was
another.
that Lexus motor I had?
I got the best bell housing in the world.
My
It's Chevy motor, Ford transmission.
I had a motor out of a Lexus LS 400 V8 engine, right? And then I took and bought a adapter for that motor to adapt a 350Z 6-speed transmission to it.
Mhm.
And then there you go, 6-speed swap.
Yeah. Well, if there are a lot of aftermarket companies that do have certain adapter plates and
Yeah, I've seen
stuff like that for specific applications.
Yeah, I've seen LS's adapter plates that swap to a Miata transmission.
Yeah, with LSs and with some of the LSs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you're going to find a lot of adapter plates and things
Back
like
in the day, though, there was none of that
see
stuff.
people Chevy swapping a lot of things because there are a lot of adapters
Yeah.
for those kind of things for the 350 Chevrolet to
Yeah, so
adapt it to go into.
If you're
just
into
about-
banging gears, if you want to bang some gears, you need to put a 5-speed or 6-speed in that thing.
people. I'm gonna have to go to bed and get up tomorrow and sell some insurance. I got some meetings in the morning.
Yeah, well, go ahead, baby. I got this. Love you. Go get you some rest.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, Carol.
Night. Have a good one. Sleep well.
Yeah.
Now,
You got you a soundboard on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Is that the only sound effect you have, or do you have a full soundboard yet?
I have that one, and I have.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is. It's like a gorilla sound or something.
that's what she said.
Right? I don't know. I don't even know.
I asked because I was literally looking at soundboard apps yesterday.
Yeah, that's the only sound that I wanted was that.
Because I was thinking about maybe getting one either on the phone or the other laptop, and then whether we're doing lives or editing videos and stuff like that, if we want to insert a sound effect or something like that, they could make some hot buttons to where you could reach over there and touch and do that, and make it a little bit more interesting for the audience, make the video a little bit better and more interesting for the audience, or make the live a little bit more interesting for the audience, because you know, we want them to keep viewing because they're enjoying themselves. We don't want to be trying to force people to view just out of loyalty,
right?
Stuff. And I mean, and it's nice. We really appreciate that. We appreciate when people, you know, view out of loyalty and helping out growing. And we do that ourselves. We go around and we view stuff to help other people grow their channels and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But content is king, and if we can improve the content in any way possible, we're always looking for ways to improve the content, make it more interesting for the viewers, and so Dorito and Lucha Cobra said good night.
Night.
Don't forget to watch my video.
You know, while she's awake.
No, she got to watch it before bed. It'll put her to sleep.
She already watched it. This is being asleep doesn't count.
You should have titled it Melatonin.
Right, melatonin. Yeah, the video that put you to sleep.
Put melatonin in your video.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't do that anymore. Hey, look, you accidentally made an ASMR video. Just changed the title of the video. Relaxation video.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come relax with the Tards. Yeah, buddy.
Show everybody my sleepy time t-shirt.
Impact's Garage says he's got
See, I got my superheroes.
he got everything he needs. Oh, there's your superheroes. He's got everything he needs to put a 410 gear in a mini spool and its Trans Am for
but these
under $400. New.
those are too big.
Man,
Now, see, that's one of the things with some of the GM stuff. I cannot do that with my Fords. With my Fords, yeah, I'll be lucky if I get the any kind of posi track or any kind of limited slip, anything for a little over $400. I'd be lucky.
See,
And the gear set and everything is going to be another $200-300 on top of it.
yeah.
So if I come in under the $1,000, and this is well, it's the same thing that happened with the Mach 1 and the 411 gears in it, which didn't do the 411 gears in it because it was really good with the 325. Well, those cars don't come with it. Whoever bought it brand new paid extra for it. It's part of the performance package. Because they would come with a 275, but it had the 325 in it because it had the performance package and the competition suspension and all that stuff. That car cost twice as much as a regular Mustang.
Right.
But I put the 411 in it because I had done the overdrive transmission and adapted everything for the overdrive transmission, put the different flywheel and all that stuff in there so that it would accept it. And once I got the overdrive transmission in it, instead of with the 325 gear going down the freeway at 55 miles an hour, it was
Be my
screaming.
Valentine.
Just, I mean, and it would literally give you a headache within 5 minutes. It was so loud at 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's going like 75 miles an hour and stuff. And so with the 3-speed transmission, so I got the overdrive in there. And of course, third gear is the same ratio in an overdrive transmission. Well, we're talking old school again still. There's, you know, these 5 and 6 speeds, that's not true anymore. Another word for it is direct. And the reason why the 4-speed and 3-speed transmissions they call third gear direct is because it is a direct connection. It's the same ratio, 1-to-1 ratio between your input shaft and your output shaft. And so third in a overdrive 4-speed automatic is the same ratio as third in a 3-speed. And fourth is the overdrive, which means your input shaft will actually spin slower than your output shaft. So your output shaft is spinning higher RPMs than your input shaft. So with overdrive transmission, I get it in there, and when it shifts to overdrive on the freeway, instead of screaming at 55 miles an hour, now you can go like 65 miles an hour, put it in overdrive, and it dropped to like 1,800 RPMs.
Oh yeah, you got to cruise it in.
Cobra jet motor, you drop down to 1,800 RPMs, and it's like,
right?
You know, it just has nothing. It has no power at 1,800 RPMs, and it's just lugging like crazy. So then you put it back in third, and then it's just like, whoa, and so it's not working out right. So then I put the 411 gear
Baby
in
wants
there.
to tell
And with the
everybody
411
hello.
gear
He says,
in
pick
there,
me up,
in
pick me up.
overdrive, it's like a really comfortable 2,000 RPMs, and it feels really great on the freeway. You go 75, 80 miles an hour, and it feels very comfortable for the engine, for yourself, for
You
the
ready
car,
to go in
everything.
there and go sleep?
But you never get away with that 411 with the 3-speed
No, I
automatic.
can go to
You just
bed.
never get away with it.
Oh,
It's not going to happen. So
Was
you
that puppy dog in there?
just, never drive it on the freeway. What?
You got a puppy dog in there?
Yeah, she sure does. We bring them in at night. They live in the house with us at nights. There's lots of critters out there.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to leave the dogs out around here.
Oh no, they'll be gone.
You got like a pack of them. You got like a pack of big dogs. You got 4 or 5 big dogs, then you can leave them out around here. But if you got 1 or 2, especially if only one of them's a big dog, you best not leave them out around here.
Right.
They end up being bear food or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you.
and I had to keep him on a chain during the day because he'll be hawk food.
Right.
He's a Yorkie.
Oh, little puppy.
Impressive hawks and owls around here.
Huge man, yeah.
I think the what are the vultures? The turkey vultures?
The
Almost
turkey
sticking for
vultures
something dead.
are enormous. The
When
turkey
it gets
vultures around
spooky.
here are enormous. And they usually just soar up there really high, so you don't realize just how enormous they are.
Right.
But every once in a while, there's a neighbor down the street, down this way. Neighbors this way is nothing but cows, Black Angus cows, for over a mile. But over here, there's a house, and every once in a while, you'll see one of the turkey vultures has decided that that's part of his territory, and that house belongs to him. Because every once in a while, you'll see him perched on the top of the roof,
Yeah.
right on the edge, and he'll be doing that thing where he opens up his wings like this, and it looks like one of those ominous paintings of one that's just like the shadow of death. He's freaking huge. He's huge. Have you ever seen some of those? Well, like the early, before the Predators came along, UAVs, military UAVs before the Predators, the ones that were big but not like as big as the Predator, but they dwarf any kind of remote control plane or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of what those things look like. They're sitting up there and they're just huge. They look like you could strap rockets on them and stuff and attack.
Oh, I'm sure.
With them.
Yeah. There's some crazy stuff going on there.
Except if you get close to them and you see their claws and their beaks and stuff, you say, that thing don't need rockets.
Right. Yeah.
If you could train one of them, you could have an attack force.
Red-tailed hawk takes slow flying X-airplane. Man, that's crazy, Dorito.
Yeah, the red-tailed hawks are the kind of hawks we have around here. And they're, like she said, her small dog named Baby, they could take him they could easily take him or any dog his size. Those red-tailed hogs.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've seen them pick poodles up, little bitty poodles, teacup poodles,
Mm-hmm.
on the internet. Crazy.
Yeah, and they can go larger than poodles too. Yep.
Yeah, I was expecting he was talking about a remote control airplane, not a real one.
Yeah.
Red-tailed hawk takes a Black Hawk out of the sky today. Like that, don't you?
They could do it. Yep.
Time to hide.
Yeah. Yeah. Hide your squirrels.
Yeah,
Hide your squirrels, Dorito.
that's crazy, man. I need to get him a video of the squirrels in my backyard. It's ridiculous. So many of them.
Yeah, y'all need to borrow some of our birds of prey from around here if you got squirrel problems.
Dude, it's crazy.
They will lower the population.
I'm serious. I think the most I've seen out there is probably like 16 to 20
Yep.
at one time.
Mommy, can you open this for me?
Yeah.
Ba 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 boom.
So, when are you usually available after work
What is that?
for loading up stuff and moving stuff?
What do we do
'Cause
now?
I'll probably get the paperwork signed and everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when I'll get the trailer, but I'm gonna get it as soon as I possibly can. And then in the meantime, I've still got that van we can load stuff up in.
Right. I'm down any day during the week. On the weekends, I can't do much because I got my kids.
Okay.
But during the week, I'm free to.
That'll work out then.
You just gotta let me know, you know.
All right.
So I got other stuff that I got to do too. But yeah, I'm down.
All right.
You helping me, I'm helping you, so we're good.
Awesome. Cooperation. There you go.
Here, you can have this stuff in.
What was that?
There was a thing that press it.
That good stuff.
Good.
Well, get some of your sometime between now and next week. See if you can get some of your parts off of the. Now I can't remember. It starts with an A.
Argo.
Huh? Argo, isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna start tearing it down, getting it apart, see what we need, what we got to fix,
Get,
what we got to
get some of the
replace.
parts that you want to blast and stuff, so that you can send them with Eric, and then we're moving some stuff before we take apart take the air compressors out, and before we take the blaster and everything apart and load it up. Let him run that stuff through the blaster,
Right? Yeah, man.
and get that stuff ready, because I mean you can make the stuff, you can do really good with that thing.
Right.
I mean it's amazing what it'll do to parts.
Yeah.
And if
Sure.
you have some chains that aren't oily, that's just rusty,
Yeah.
that you think probably aren't savable, bring at least one of those with you anyway, and we'll at least experiment with it a little bit. And
We
see
got
what
one. Yeah.
we can do
Yeah, we got
with the
some.
blaster.
10 feet.
Yeah, we got about
And
10 foot
maybe,
of it.
concentrate on like a foot of it or something, and see if it'll come back to life with doing a little blasting on like a foot of it.
Yeah.
If it's not working out, then nothing lost. We
Right.
tried.
Yeah, for sure.
If it does start like getting flexible again and it's looking good, then and
Right,
depending on how much time it took to do that 1 foot, we'd make a decision on
Yeah.
whether it's worth trying to do
the rest of it or
the
not.
chains and stuff.
See you later, Dorito.
Because you may be able to get more of those wheels going than you think.
Right. Well, they're not on O-ring chains, so I don't see that being a problem.
Exactly.
Those O-ring chains, it wouldn't even be worth it. But
yeah, but those units are so old. I was assuming
not
an O-ring chain.
Yeah, it's not an O-ring on them. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it may be something that we can do some blasting on, and then after the blasting, you can put it down in the bucket of old transmission fluid, which is another thing I can hook you up with. Is a bucket with some old transmission fluid.
The Pennzoil cans?
To soak that stuff. You don't even need a Pennzoil can. I get some of those 5-gallon buckets, and I know
Right.
put like a gallon in the bottom of that.
Yeah.
The 5-gallon bucket, and put like a gallon in the bottom of that, and throw a chain or something down in there, and then if you carry it around or move it around a little bit, it's not going to be sloshing everywhere.
Right.
It's not going to be too heavy to deal with.
Yeah.
Try to get one of those Pennzoil cans. They're like 15 gallons, and
they're so sweet.
And then you go trying to get anything in and out of it. You definitely got to put together coat hangers and stuff to drop things in and out of there.
Right.
And if you ever kick one of those over or knock one of those over, half full of fluid, it's gonna just douse your entire garage floor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's gonna go everywhere.
Yeah, I think the cans look cool. They're sweet.
They do. That's why I've got lots of them. I saved just about every one and was using them for everything from garbage cans to sometimes we fabricate something together, either that or 55-gallon drums and put plywood and OSB boards and stuff like that on top of them.
Yeah.
Drop lower with the lift, a front-wheel drive car, something down over that. If you're trying to do a time and chain set or something, you can unhook everything, transmission, engine, and all, and then raise the car up off of it. And you've got everything sitting there with the drums and the makeshift out of the plywood, and then your engine and transmission sitting there, and you just comfortably stand there, do your timing set, and get it all back together. Y'all part, get it all back together.
A lot easier than doing it in the car.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
That's how I've
always lower the car back down over it and hook up your mounts and then raise it to the comfortable height, move all your stuff out of the way and finish hooking everything up.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of extra work, but it makes it so much more comfortable and easy that you more than make up for the time.
The time is the big thing. You save time. It's more to take apart, but it's faster than doing it.
Exactly. It's like a lot of the rear-wheel drives and stuff, especially on some of this later model stuff. Just go ahead and take the whole exhaust out.
Right.
Just unhook it from the engine and as far back as you can, and usually back behind the cats and stuff, and leave the catback exhaust hanging there. But everything forward of that, from the engine, cats, and everything, just take it all out and set it aside.
Yeah.
And then work more comfortably. And then also less chance of breaking stuff. And
oh yeah, for sure. Or stripping the bolt out or something because you can't hardly get to it.
Yep.
Yeah, makes way more sense.
Well, and those good high quality swivel sockets are good for avoiding that too. And some Mac or Matco and stuff. And we've all discussed on our channels and got some tool reviews on this and that and the other that's alternatives to stuff off the truck. But then there's some things like your swivel sockets and things that you just cannot beat.
You can't find them you got to get the good stuff when it comes to that.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get something off the truck when it comes to that. You got to get, if you can't afford the Snap-on, at least get the Mac or the Matco version.
Yeah, we've used a lot of Matco stuff. I ain't had no problem with it.
Exactly. And I've got 2 sets of swivel sockets from Matco. I think it is. It's either Mac or Matco. Some of my truck stuff is Mac, some it's Matco, some of it's Snap-on. It's just I'm one of those guys. I don't have any real brand. What is the word?
Preferred brand?
I prefer the one I can find.
Yeah, that's me.
The
Less expensive.
loyalty. I don't have any real brand loyalty. If somebody with a different brand has a better product or a better balance of product versus price, you know, I'm never going to go for something just because it's the most expensive. I'm never going to go for something just because it's the cheapest. I'm never going to go for something just because it's this brand or that brand. I don't have cheap loyalty. I don't have expensive loyalty. I don't have brand loyalty. I'm always looking for some kind of balance between, is it going to be get the job done, and it's going to be, you know, long lasting and reliable and be at a decent price at the same time. And sometimes things will surprise you. Sometimes some of the
they will.
The brands you normally wouldn't think of that would be good will surprise you. And sometimes you really just got to get just the premium Snap-on because nobody else has got one that compares.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's like spelling rules. There's always this list of exceptions. You gotta memorize these 2 pages of exceptions.
Yeah.
Snap-ons are good tools, except except this tool and that tool and that tool.
Yeah.
Like that thing we discovered lately, and it didn't used to be this way because Harbor Freight didn't used to have that nice big 72-inch toolbox that I did the video on. It didn't exist, and so, but now it does, and so now it's not that you have to. You could possibly get a Mac or a Matco that was as good or almost as good as the Snap-on. And it's, you know, $8,000 instead of the $16,000 of the Snap-on. Now you've got this 72-inch just brute of a box with the really good wheels and suspension and everything. The thick metal, the on the bigger drawers, it's got the double slides. They're all roller slides and everything. And
that's awesome.
It's $1,000.
Right.
I mean, holy crap. It's not USA made, but when you get to where you're like 1/6 of the lowest price competitor, then you know something's got to give.
Yeah.
You got to rethink your
your
decision making process on that and just go for something else.
Make it work.
Yep.
Make it work with the quality. I mean, everybody's got the.
Look how many quality tools you could put in that box.
Yeah.
The $6,000 or $8,000 that you saved.
Yeah.
You could buy a lot of
toolbox. I did motor swaps and everything. So
in that Harbor Freight box.
Right. Yeah, I've always got by with whatever tools I've had, you know.
Well, one of the best boxes that I've got and ever had is the double stack Craftsman.
Right.
That I have.
Yeah.
It appears in a lot of my videos, and that thing is put up with years and years of abuse, and it's not even a Craftsman, it's a Waterloo.
Right.
Yeah, a good Waterloo from back in the day. And when Waterloo was making those boxes for Craftsman, supplementing their income, bill paying money, most companies call it, where they build something almost at cost. Just to get some bill paying money to supplement their income besides the stuff that they're selling at a profit. And they didn't want their Waterloo badge on it for that price point because they didn't want people thinking that you can go out and buy a Waterloo for that price and then their sales go down on their, profitable Waterloo products. So they built it, give it to Craftsman, they slapped their badges on it and sold it to other people, and word started getting around, and the people like I flocked over there and bought them a Waterloo box with a Craftsman name on it.
Right.
And then you can't do that anymore. You'd have to find a much older one. You got to look for the fine print down at the bottom of the box and try to find the Waterloo mark, if you can find one at all. And then it might be abused and damaged.
Yeah, from being old. Yeah.
Well, from being people lowering cars down on their boxes and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I had to put signs up and go around keeping a check on people. Even my guys, they lower stuff, and I've got several roll carts and stuff that's wheels and stuff are damaged from. They still lowered cars down on them.
Yeah,
lifts down on there.
Well, that would suck.
Mostly they.
I think that's your boy texting me.
Impacts Garage and Gaming wants to know who wants to tackle this question? Why do squirrels always try to hide nuts in my engines?
I don't know why they do that.
Is it a car that you drive a lot, or it's a car that's been sitting? That's the question.
Let's diagnose this serious car question.
Yeah. It's been sitting a while.
No.
The cure for that is to drive it more.
Yeah.
Burnouts scare the squirrels away.
Yeah, burnouts. They do not like squirrels. Don't like smoke. Problem solved. Every day you go out to start the car that you don't drive every day, do a burnout in it, turn it off, go back in the house. They ain't gonna come around that car.
Before there was so many vehicles had those coilovers and stuff, there was a certain type of wires going around made with certain products that just seemed to be very, very alluring to squirrels and other rodents. And we had a rash for a while there of people coming in with misses and stuff. And they've been chewing on the wires, chewing on the plug wires, eating the damn things. And every once in a while they'd come in with one that's laying on the intake and stuff. It's still there dead because they were chewing on it. And somebody cranked up the car.
Oh, goodness.
There's a little electrocuted body laying there.
Yeah.
Wire right there just outside his mouth.
We used to have problems when I was a kid. My dad had an old Chevrolet truck of cats getting up in the motor in the winter.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And then that mechanical blade.
Oh, it'll get them.
Got them every time.
That was a big thing in the 80s when that would happen. People would come in with cat all under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
And because they'd get into the belts and the.
I had a lowered Mazda Miata one time, and I was going through Saudi Daisy, and a cat ran out in front of me, and there was nothing I could do.
It's the worst sound ever.
I was in I'm talking a slammed out Miata, and I ran that thing over, and that car stunk until I sold it. You couldn't get the smell out of the exhaust.
I hit a full-size dog in a 300ZX one time. It was the worst sound ever.
And we were talking about Chryslers.
Yeah, the rabbits at Dulcich places eats the brake lines off the cars. Yeah, I watch Roadkill. I love it.
Golly.
Yeah, the rabbits out at his place, they get everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. But they all sit forever, too, out there. They'll pull the car up, and those rabbits are like, oh, here's a new one.
Killer rabbits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roadkill's awesome, man. I love it.
I think one of the Chryslers had some kind of animal. It was unidentifiable at this point, and it was wrapped like a barber pole, just wrapped around the front-wheel drive axle.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. And what else? Oh, the worst one, I'd have to say the worst one was a mid-'80s Camaro owned by a guy that he owned one of the local Italian restaurants at the time. It was doing very well at the time. Very popular place. And he brought it in. He had run over a deer.
Yeah.
And it had punctured both the engine oil pan and the transmission oil pan.
Where's my heart?
Jeez.
And he had not realized it, the puncture, you know. He knew he'd run over a deer and everything, but not realized that he was losing all his fluids.
Yeah.
So he continued to drive the rest of the way home.
That's crazy.
And by the time he got home, he'd done so much damage to both the engine and the transmission that I had to rebuild them both.
Goodness.
The engine had so much damage that we had to it was cheaper to just buy a box reman.
Yeah.
And install it for him. But of course, we were still able to build the transmission. But yeah, that was a major ordeal, and just ungodly, filthy, stinky.
Yeah, mine went between
all the blood and everything was coagulated.
Yeah, mine went between the exhaust pipe and the heat shield. So I had to rip all that out, and even after ripping all that out and cleaning it up, it was still the smell.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a underneath the car.
Yeah, so I was thing.
And it's just you're having to.
So it's a beautiful car. It's got a smell to it, guys. I can get that smell out. Okay,
take it.
Take it.
It reminds me of Mythbusters with the pigs in the Corvette.
Right, right.
Except some vinegar and coffee ground.
Right. Coffee, yeah, coffee and vinegar does good. But even that, I mean, that smell wasn't coming out of that thing.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, you're right. It must have been a small hole in the transpan for him to make it home. It was. It's the tip of the antler puncture. But it was also dented really bad. The pan was dented really bad and causing it to leak around the gasket as well.
Right.
So the small hole and the leaking gasket.
Yeah, I've seen people with lowered vehicles, man. It's actually a hazard to drive around because
yeah,
something small in the road, you know, this high off the ground can destroy your car.
Like reflectors?
Yeah, reflectors. Yeah, I used to pull reflectors off 27 and that Miata. They'd pull them right off the ground. You could take and push it. You could take and push a dip can across the parking lot in that car.
Y'all's latest two-wheel build is definitely not going to make it over a reflector.
No.
Now you can carry a reflector around with you and use it for a kickstand for that thing.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? We wanted it low, sleek, and you know.
That thing will not make it over a mashed cat.
No.
No. No, we'll definitely have to check where we're riding that thing.
Not without shaving the hair off of its carcass.
Right? Yeah, for real.
I got to go to Walmart after this and buy a llama.
A llama?
What? They sell llamas?
We go streaming at my Walmart.
Huh?
I said we go streaming at Walmart.
We can.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, my son.
You're shopping at the ISIS Walmart?
Right?
They sell llamas.
Yeah.
I guess so.
We're going to go in and ask for, where's the live llamas at?
I need a llama.
And I heard y'all had food for it too. Where's the llama food?
One that spits.
Yeah. Do llamas spit? Llama spit? Is that what spits at you is llamas?
I think so.
Gross, man. Spit on me, llama. Get on out here, llama. You here?
Yeah, we'll just hop off here and go over there and find a llama.
Yeah. Well, Sane, we're going to have to jump off here and go find some llamas.
Okay, y'all have fun with that.
It's going to be a Tard Squad Walmart adventure. We might even do some tricks on some bicycles here in a second.
Yo, llama.
With a llama in my hand. But yeah, thank you so much for having us on, and everybody in the chat, thank you so much. I know I didn't speak to the chat much tonight, but most of y'all I've seen in my channel, and I appreciate y'all coming over and supporting Sane, and vice versa, coming over and supporting us. Much love to all you guys out there, and thank you for coming in. And on my end, it's showing 17 likes, and that's pretty awesome. So,
yeah, I'm seeing at least 16 over here, so it must be 17.
Yeah,
and appreciate you guys a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here and wasting all your precious time.
Nah. Yeah, we're gonna go do a stream from Walmart. So
yeah,
that's what.
If you find a llama over there, definitely do that.
No, we're going to find a. We need to find a llama. So
I don't know how many people are searching for llama videos on YouTube, but we need to find out.
Right.
Just need to know information.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody out there wants to
do that kind of research,
join the party, click on over. It's about to get rowdy up at the Walmart right down the street. But thank you for having us on for real, man. And anytime you need help over there at the warehouse, you got my cell phone number. Just give me a call or text me or something.
All right. Tell your llama that we said hi.
We will. No more llama drama for your mama.
Hey, you kiss your llama with that mouth.
I do. I do. Much love. Appreciate you, Sane.
All right. Get off the couch and get dirty.